States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here.
Alderman Costa.
Here.
Alderman Franklin. Here. Alderman Gerardo. Here. Okay.
Approval of the agenda. Mayor, I'd like to amend the agenda before we approve it. I would like to table the second reading of ordinance number 877, the user charge ordinance, and table that for a later date. I'd like to make a motion to put it on the agenda. We need to hold a public hearing before we approve a thing like that. So,
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
As far as approving the agenda, you still have executive closed session on there.
Yep.
And
You done approved it, you just voted aye.
I voted to make the amendment.
No, that was it, we voted on the amended agenda.
This is from Missouri State statute. It says that you're not supposed to put it on there. And just in case, only when you were specifically going into closed session. And I had also, it
Just a
wasn't,
second, Frank, I'm talking now. I will check with the attorney general, if it's illegal, it won't be on there next month. And it could be on there and be amended if we don't plan on going. But see, the problem being, you have to put out agenda 24 hours in advance. And you can't change it after that without doing what we're doing here. And if we don't need it, we don't use it. But if our lawyer calls us, if we got a judgment or we got something we got to have, then we go into closed session. Been doing it for 40 years. Now, if it's illegal, we'll change it. But I've never seen the agenda since I've been mayor that didn't have that on there. Now, it might have been something, but I don't remember. Now, if it's wrong, we'll change it. But you done voted for this agenda.
to approve the amendment.
No, you voted for this agenda with the amendment. Is what you voted on. Now, I don't care if you want to rescind your vote or not. That don't bother me at all. You want to rescind your vote?
Yes.
Okay, let him rescind it. I don't care. I'd have a heart attack if you voted it. Okay, the consent agenda.
Here are the minutes. There's some items left out. As far as it said, an identified person spoke, and her name was Lucy Collins. She gave her name, she stated it. I know when the other lady had made her statement, she had, Joanne had asked her her name and how to spell it. But she had also stated her name and address as well.
I have that in Michelle Holland.
Right. She was the first one. The second one,
She didn't give her address.
I believe she said 8th Street.
8th Street ain't an address, that's the street.
It was the senior apartment complex, or whatever it is. Also, she had mentioned that if there is something in the water, she'd rather know in advance than a month after the fact. She agreed with my statement that we should notify them, let them know. She wanted the option to be able to choose herself if she needed to boil or not. Also, there was a discussion, I believe it was with Second Lady Lucy Collins, that about the cell towers. That's left out.
Yes, it's in there.
wasn't in the one I just got. Did you just change it?
Michelle Holland asked about someone donating land for a cell tower. She was informed that AT&T would not put up a tower in St. Mary's because they have been contacted before about this issue. And that was exactly what I had in the original minutes.
I hope they're like,
You want to respond to
Okay, on bills to be paid, we got $2,000 to Dawkins Valuation Company. What's that at?
The appraisal for our condemnation suit.
And then we paid St. Genevieve Public Water Supply twice. We paid them 5/11 and 6/14.
I paid 5/11, that was for last month. I paid, the first one on there was for the month of April, and the one I paid now is for the month of July. May, excuse me, April and May.
We didn't pay April's in April.
No, it's not due until May. You don't get the bill until after the month's over.
And then there's the difference between 3,000, 1,000, and 5,000 was the money from the water tower people. They were going to pay for the flushing, the drain filling of the water tower engine.
You don't know.
I don't know nothing about that, what you're talking about.
That's what Charles Ray says, that they would reimburse us on water usage.
I only pay the bills that come in. If that's another item, I'll just take it up later with someone else.
I mean, that's what Charles Ray said, is that they were going to reimburse us on the water. I didn't see.
Mayor, I suggest that we
Receipts.
move on, objections noted, and then we move on.
Give a board member a motion.
I make a motion that we move on.
Motion made and second, all in favor? The motion being ordered to accept the consent agenda.
Make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye. You didn't call for a vote on the motion to move on.
Didn't call for a vote on the motion.
Oh, you-
Yes, maybe a lot.
oh, I did. All right, we're back up. Motion made and second to vote and move on. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay. Now, then, motion to vote the consent agenda.
Motion to accept the consent agenda.
Made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, now, you happy? Okay, new business. Which one did we eliminate?
First, you take it.
837? First reading of order to take that room, and renovate, oh yeah, that's that one. We had to have work sometimes. Everybody had it last month, didn't you?
Yes.
Was there supposed to be a public hearing on the previous one?
We are having a public hearing for 877.
Right. But 876,
We passed that last month.
right, but we didn't have a public hearing. We're
That
not
was
required to
water.
have that on
That-
the water, but on
That's a
sewer.
new law just on sewer. That's a new law just on sewer, about, that August of 2011. Surcharges.
Do we have a
Mayor,
motion?
I'd like to make a motion to have bill number 878 read by title only.
First reading.
I second it.
Motion made, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Bill number 878, an ordinance establishing rules and regulations for the operation and use of public and private sewers and drains, private sewage disposal, the installation and connection of building sewers, and the discharge of waters and waste into the public sewer system, and providing penalties for violations thereof in the city of St. Mary, county of St. Genevieve, state of Missouri.
Everybody over to the next regular meeting?
Can we have a discussion on it? I mean, I didn't get to see it till I come here. I didn't get
Oh, I
an
gave
email
those out
to
last
review
You
it.
had that last
Okay,
month.
these out last month.
You had it all month.
You gave these out last month.
Yes.
I never heard of this before.
I got that last month.
I've had mine for a month.
You're talking a lot of things in here about what type of garbage disposals they have to have and anyone violating these provisions. And
You got the one, so you know.
kind of vague on within the time period of stated. It doesn't say what the time period is that you're supposed to get in compliance with whatever this new sets of rules are. You gave these out last month.
Yes, you did. It's strange that everybody got on with you. You here.
Last month we just had, from what I remember, 878,
We didn't have it on the
876,
agenda.
and 877.
It wasn't on the agenda. She gave us a copy of it. We're going for it this month.
We gave it to you during the work session last month, and we were going to discuss it during the work session.
But we didn't get it.
Yeah, we
Didn't
didn't
get
get
a chance to.
The work session got derailed and we didn't get to talk about it, but you had a copy of it to read all month. There's a copy posted up there.
That's it. Guess the next item on the list.
The signing of proclamations were Amateur Radio Week in St. Mary's. I'm declaring that, what's the date on this? What's the date? The week, June 18th through the 23rd. John's going to read the proclamation.
Whereas amateur radio operators are celebrating over a century of the miracle of the human voice broadcast over the airwaves. And whereas amateur radio has continued to provide a bridge between people, societies, and countries by creating friendships and the sharing of ideas. And whereas amateur radio operators have also provided countless hours of community service, both in emergencies and to other local organizations throughout the decades. And whereas these amateur radio services are provided wholly uncompensated. And whereas the city of St. Mary, Missouri also recognizes the services amateur radio people also provide to our many emergency response organizations, including the St. Mary Fire Department. And whereas these same individuals have further demonstrated their value in public assistance by providing free radio communications for local parades, backathons, walkathons, fairs, and other charitable public events. And whereas the city of St. Mary recognizes and appreciates the diligence of these hands who also serves as weather spotters in the Skywarn program of the United States, of the U.S. Government Weather Bureau. And whereas amateur radio once again provided its undisputed relevance in the modern world in 2005 by providing emergency communications whenever systems fail in the devastation of Hurricane Katrina and Rita in the USA and the tsunami catastrophe overseas. And whereas the ARRL is the leading organization for amateur radio in the USA, and whereas the ARRL Amateur Radio Field Day exercise will take place on June 23rd, 24th, 2012, and is a 24-hour emergency preparedness exercise and demonstration of radio amateur skills and readiness to provide self-supporting communication without further instruction being required. And now therefore I, Carlton White, Mayor of the City of St. Mary, does hereby officially recognize and designate June the 18th to the 24th, 2012 as Amateur Radio Week in the City of St. Mary, Missouri.
I'll make a motion to accept the proclamation. Don't we have to do that? Good, excellent.
No matter what, they are a good bunch of things.
Yeah, they are.
Wonderful work. It's very important in disaster. They're invaluable, but even in bad weather, even sickness and things. I mean, they can talk around the world. It is a very good thing. I have no problem with doing it, none whatsoever.
I think it's a great deal.
Ham operators are a big asset to this country.
I see kids everywhere. That's good. They're really good.
Okay, special water meter. I've had some talk with different people. Frank kind of hit on it just a little bit last week, but a totally different setup. And I've talked to some people who's interested in having a meter put in for water only. That's already got a house meter. Can't be nothing but for filling food, watering garden, watering yards, and everything. Now, there's several different ways to do this. Talking to Joanne from today, we might be able to work it out. I don't know what the cost would be. We'll have to have a session and get some prices put together on how much it costs for the meter housing, loops, and meters. So these are, our regular meters. But today we were talking some. Maybe it could be a 7-month deal. People get it turned on and turned off late in the fall. It can't be turned on and off all. Turned on in the spring, turned off in the fall. Unless you want it on year round, then you can do that. But if they want it turned off in the fall, then we wouldn't charge no minimum rate and nothing. But they're still paying that in their house. This is a meter separate with just the outside deposit for filling food, watering the garden, doing anything outside. There would be a great penalty imposed if somebody used that water to circumvent the sewer in the house and thing. If they tapped on some way and got caught or took it run a hose in the house. If somebody cheated, the fine would be great. Because I'm going to try to work with somebody and see the cheapest we can put this together to all property owners that want to do it. We can't lose money on it. But the city, if we can sell another hundreds of thousands of gallons of water a year or 200,000, whatever we use, I know 1, 4, 5 guys, then probably more people would get food if we can fill up with just water rates on it. Now, the rate would be the same as anybody else. And if during the summer months, we'd have to charge the minimum charge. If you use it, then you pay water usage just like you would in your house. You pay for the usage. But the only thing we would be looking at legality is being able to shut it down in the winter and nobody use it. Unless they want to use it year round, then they would pay year round. Otherwise, probably 3 or 4 months in the winter, it would be dead and they wouldn't have to pay anything.
But would they have to pay that?
No. So that's a separate meter. But they have to have a house meter. Somebody just can't run get
But
it.
what I'm asking is, they get it shut off and then they want it turned back on in the spring.
Yeah, we'll turn it on.
They won't have to pay a,
They start paying their bill.
just pay their bill, they won't have to pay
This is a special meter. This has nothing to do with their house. Now, if they lose their house meter, they lose that side meter too. I mean, you gotta have your regular meter to do that, to have that. I know 2 or 3 people that's very interested in it and want to fill the pools and things. And Frank come up with an idea last week, but the only way you can do that, all of our rates are based on what we have experienced as users. He talked like things generally in summer give a summer rate. That's fine if you set your rates up for that. we would have to go back and go through all the records on how much different it would be, reset our rate, and then you would have these people that don't have a pool, who don't water your yard, who don't do anything, would be paying a higher rate for these people that want to use water. So with this meter deal, if they want it, they pay it. But the people that don't want it ain't paying no extra. But if we set our rates, you know, summer, you pay your rate, we have to go back and readjust because we were losing money, so we got our rates set on what people normally use in a year. So then we would have people that had no intention of using outside water, some of them only have outside space, paying for the price that the people want to fill the pool, water the garden, water the yard. But we're trying to make more people can afford to put another meter in just for that purpose. And they pay for what they want to use, but they don't have to pay sewer. And they don't have to pay 12 months a year to use it 6 or 7 months a year. But they can if they want to leave it on. But we have to sit down and figure out amongst ourselves at a point, the starting point and stopping point, that they can shut it down without paying monthly bills on it, you know, because they'd be off to the next spring when they return on that. We'll have to work on that. But I just want to bring that to the board and the public here to listen to it. You want to talk to your aldermen or give them a decision, because I may have a work session or something this month to work on this, and I don't think it'd be that controversial because it can't hurt nobody and it could be good for the people who want it. If you don't want it, don't use it. But if you do, you don't use it. So if we can get it together, because people want it now. People's gardens are dying, their yards are dying, and they're using their pools. So this is something that I think we need to get together as fast as we can and get it passed, or knock down whatever the board feels like. I've talked to some of the aldermen, and this last part is a little bit new. But the other part is paying the $370 tap-on fee and all of that, which is too expensive. So we're going to see if we can cut it down, and lower we can cut it, well, we won't lose no money, but we won't hurt them because they've already got a meter there. So that's what we'll do if we have a work session and get an ordinance together, or maybe a work session before a meeting, special meeting, and put it together and pass it that night. If it seems like we don't get no complaints from citizens and things, it's not going to be a controversial deal. Because I personally, I'd be looking at one myself. Now, if I have to pay $375 and I have to pay the minimum year round, I don't think I have enough benefits to do that. Because I don't wash cars outside in the winter time. I don't have a pool, don't want one, but I wash a lot of cars and things, and I'd be interested in it personally, if it was affordable. And I think a lot of other people would be. So we can, when we go into the public citizen participation, somebody wants to make a statement, they can. But I just throw that out. Okay. Would the board want to have a special meeting, a special work session to try to work this out? We may have some other stuff here next week or two.
I would like to have a special meeting about it and a work session. I just ask that you give me time to do the investigation on the cost of
We talked about this on the
meter sets and the meters themselves. As far as the yard, the hydrant, and the piping and everything, that would be up to the individual to provide. But the other stuff, they're not going to be able to order. I can order through the city.
Can you coordinate it with the public hearing?
Pardon?
With the public hearing on the sewer?
Well, we're going to have a public hearing at the next meeting because we have to give notice, 30-day notice.
We got to get 30-day notice, so it won't be until the next meeting before we can do the sewer. But
Okay. I don't think, we'll be looking at, now, won't be held to it, we'll be looking at, fix, 28.
That's the fourth Thursday, that's our regular.
That would be our substitute board meeting, unless the emergency come up and have one earlier. But right now, I'm standing there to try to get
Unless you
everything.
want to have it next week, you want to get it earlier. So we
I'd like to have it earlier now, but I don't know if we can get everything together. We could call it early, but the latest would be at 28th. But if we can get this together in a couple of weeks, because I'm sure everybody, I know one guy just did about $10,000 worth of sub work, and he'd like to start working.
Mayor, I believe I could have the information available by Monday. What the cost is for a meter pit and meter set and meter and all that good stuff. I could have it like that.
Well, let's leave the date open right now.
But,
Just leave it open, and we're gonna check on it. We'll leave the date open, and we'll try to get a time and notice on it. And it'll be posted, and so we still got some work to do on all this.
right.
So there's a deviation from some of the rules and things, but it is a special deal too.
It is in the ordinance, however, that we do, that they can have a special, a separate meter.
But it is mandatory that you have a house with a meter and everything, and this is a meter extra there. Okay, we'll work on this, and but if somebody got different ideas than what I just laid out, we work it out. Okay. Okay, change the date of July board meeting. It needs to be changed a week earlier.
Well, I'd like to have it a week, I'd like to have it on July the 16th, if I could, on a Monday night. I don't think we want to postpone things later. I have a meeting in Just City for floodplain management the week. It's on the Thursday of our meeting. That Wednesday and Thursday night won't be here.
Do we have a motion to change the board meeting for that?
I make a motion to change the July board meeting.
Motion made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that'll be done. Our next board, then will be
July the 16th on Monday.
July 16th on Monday night. Breakfast started at 6:30, and I take a work session prior to it, and that'll be posted.
We posted Friday.
Yeah.
I'll post this earlier on Friday.
Okay. Report of department. Fire department. Go.
Thing I got to ask is, the AFG grant, the FEMA grant, started June 11th. It was Monday, and, we'd like to find out if we can, go ahead and put in for a truck again this year, try second time around, see if we can possibly get a new vehicle. It's got to be in by July 6th.
I make a motion that we allow the, I make a motion we allow the fire department to apply for the FEMA grant for a truck.
Motion made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You got that one?
The only other thing, we had 5 calls in the last month. We had a mutual aid call for a brush fire in Ozora. We had a structure fire in Ozora we was called to over the weekend. We had 2 medical calls and a false alarm call for a brush fire. That's all we got.
What about fire chief?
That's still an ongoing thing. We don't have one yet. We'll have another election. We have to talk with the firefighters and see when the next election will be.
So you're talking about the structure fire was at a Zora truck stop last weekend?
That it?
That's it.
Thank you, John. State fire,
I have nothing to report on there.
park and cemetery.
I just want to say that the park and cemetery both look good, but Memorial Day, the guys done a real good job up there. The cemetery looked real nice. Because they waited until right before Memorial Day, and they had it all cleaned up and everything. They done a good job. That's it.
Thank you.
Yes, please do.
Street,
I don't have a whole lot again. The guys do a good job mowing, from what I've seen, and take care of it. We are gonna have to get some stop signs, not at the Carl. I think I need like 5 of them. And I need a 3-way stop. We're gonna have to get them put up.
soon we'll be ordering them this week. Yeah. Joanne and myself have been working on now for several days. And she sent a letter to the State Department and Senator Ingleton and Representative Ballard and a few people, because we have had problems with this out here, and almost every one of us live here. We've never been able to get help. When finally time to try to get help, it's when politicians run involved. So we have sent out some letters. I've already had a response from State Senator Ingram. And based on what he told me today, I got a call from the Highway Department. They were going to be down in the end of June, sometime in the end of June, and survey from the bank to the curb down here. And they're going to try to get us the exact pitch or whatever they say, lower some culverts or dig the ditch down or what. And we've been trying to get that done for 20 years. Spartan, I mean, it's a lot all around Bader's Tavern back there. That's like a swamp most of the time. Now, the springs and things, most of them gone up. It's not bad now. We tried, hell, I know it was 12, 13 years ago. We did everything we could to get that fixed.
It's coming from the springs.
Yeah. But it should drink. It's the state's responsibility to look for all, anything the ditch we got going to their ditch, it's their responsibility to make that ditch drink. They have not been, for years and years, we worked on this, and they say, well, your sewer's running these ditches, we're not going to work on them. But they did. Everybody that had sewers up down through here, they had drain fields, and they did. The septic tank drain did run. They go somewhere. And they wouldn't do nothing. Well, after we got rid of that, we got rid of the sewers in 93, or before that.
It was in the 80s.
80 something. And they still never have fixed these ditches. But now it looks like the conversation I'm having, they're going to come down and do something. I ain't gonna say they are, because they may not, but it looks like they're going to.
Yeah, the plant was built in 85, so I would say.
But he said he would be down sometime this week, get the survey, get back with him and show what the survey, starting from the bank to the concrete culvert down there in the curb. And he went back with me and work with us and try to come up with a game plan on what it's going to take to fix it and do it. So, we'll wait and see. But I expect them to be down here in Florida next week or so. So if you see the state highway department down there surveying, you know what it's about. You ain't gonna have that before. Animal control.
You do water sewer?
Oh, I thought I did. Okay, I'm sorry, then. I got the check there. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. We had to rewire grinder from the panel box to the junction box at Mark Beckett's place on 2nd Street, one of his rentals. We replaced the grinder at Spruce Street at Genie's old place up there, belongs to Mike, I don't know his last name. And then we checked the pressure from the pressure reducing valve in the pit twice to make sure that it's maintaining the pressures. And then dumped and hauled sludge from the plant this last Thursday. I performed calibrations on test equipment and wastewater using standards required. And I reviewed the plans and specs for the upcoming wastewater project. So, and the other thing everybody knows about was the county had chloroform positive test on the water. The city has also informed the public by radio. That's it. Thank you.
And it's on the Sunrise News too. I called them, I had put it on there this morning.
I checked it
But it's on there
tonight.
now.
I checked it last night, or just
It's on there now.
afternoon. Is it on there now? Okay. So,
Emergency manager, Joanne covered, she's going to school.
Please, got animal control.
Nothing to report.
I'm trying to skip one. Get it and close it. Go ahead.
Nothing to report.
Okay. emergency management, going to training class in Jersey City.
or FEMA.
Just to get upgraded, and they do everything on the internet now, so I need
Yeah.
some more training.
Yeah. Did Jake show you how to use that? Jake?
I have nothing.
I'm gonna learn that myself.
Okay. No, sir.
Okay, citizen participation. As the rules are, I'll explain them again because they were violated quite a bit just recently. You have 3 minutes. Well, question will come up, do we respond or use any of my time? Nobody on the board will respond to your 3 minutes ago. We won't say a word. Anybody does, they're gonna be out of order. You have your 3 minutes to talk. We're not gonna use up 1 minute of your time. When your time's up, unless the board extend it, it's over. That's the rule, that's the ordinance. Like it or don't like it, it is and will be enforced tonight. Now you have anybody, when you do speak, you will rise, speak your name and address in a clear voice so she can understand it. And your 3 minutes are started. Now, you only get 3 minutes. You don't get to talk to him, sit down, pop back up and do another 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes. Now, let the board extend your time. You're extending your own time if you think you get 3 minutes. Let the board extend your time and you don't get the 3 minutes. Now, you'll hear that go off. When it goes off, if you're right in the middle of a short sentence, you can finish it. It's not a long one. And that's the rule. And that's the way it's going to be enforced. We got one guy saying the word granted, got edited word. And when we granted out the door, we violated. And when Mark takes them out the door, we know what happened. So, now, anybody got anything to say? Okay, Jody Otis. Oh, you have to speak your name too.
Thank you, Mayor. Jody Otis, 51 Fifth Street. As President of the County Amateur Radio Club, I'd like to thank the mayor for the proclamation. I'd also like to extend an invitation to the mayor and the board to come out to our field day event, which is the 23rd.
And citizens.
And citizens also. 23rd of June, at the American Legion in St. Genevieve. You can see how we set up. You can even get on the radio and talk if you're interested in that. You'll have somebody there, one station dedicated for that. That will help you actually get on here and make a contact with another station. And public is invited, and you can see what we do when a disaster strikes.
Mention that we get credit for any.
Right. We also, after we set up, it turns into a contest, and so we get points for elected officials that show up. So that's another reason, but I think it's a good idea for elected officials to see what we're capable of. And again, thank you.
Thank you.
I will, Jody, as long as I don't have to say over.
That would be next Saturday, what time, Jody?
It actually starts at 1 o'clock Saturday and runs till officially 1 o'clock Sunday. Sometimes we don't run it all the way till 1 o'clock. We'll start tearing down later in the morning, but 1 o'clock Saturday is when the contest portion actually starts.
Okay.
We'll be setting up prior to that Saturday morning.
Anybody else?
Do you have to have sign up in advance?
No.
Just raise your hand.
Dan, state your name and your address.
My name is David May, rehabbing a place at 391 5th Street. I just want to say I'm pleased to meet the board and the council.
Thank you. We appreciate you doing your work down there. You're doing. Anybody else? Motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
You want me to? You want to go to the other seat?
I can put your,